traditional publishing, the author completes his or her manuscript, writes a query letter or a proposal, and submits these documents to a publishing house, or has a literary agent do this for them if one can be acquired. An editor reads it, considers whether it is right for the house, and decides either to reject it, leaving the author free to offer it to another publisher, or to publish it. If the publishing house decides to publish the book, the house buys the rights from the writer and pays him or her an advance on future royalties. The house puts up the money to design and package the book, prints as many copies of the book as it thinks will sell, markets the book, and finally distributes the finished book to the public. The process is a bit different for self-publishing. An author who decides to self-publish basically becomes the publisher. The author must proofread the final text and provide the funds required to publish the book, as well as the camera-ready artwork. The author is responsible for marketing and distributing the book, filling orders, and running advertising campaigns. In the past, the author had to decide on the number of copies to print, sometimes resulting in stacks of unsold books gathering dust in a garage. Fortunately, POD, print-on-demand technology now used by some self-publishing companies means that authors can have fewer copies printed. Only as many as they need in fact. With traditional publishing, a manuscript can take years to become a book. First, an author may have to pitch the manuscript to several publishing houses before it is picked up. Considering that the bigger houses can take up to 6 months to work through the slush pile, the multitude of queries on editors' desks, to get to your manuscript, and that you will likely have to try several publishing houses before you get one to show interest. That's a lot of waiting. Then, if a house does decide to take your book, the actual process of producing the book takes at least another year. Admittedly, this process applies mainly to fiction. Non-fiction books that are topical and relevant to current world events might be pushed through more quickly. With self-publishing, depending on the company, an author can literally have a finished book, hardcover or paperback or both, in his or her hands within 6 months. And, with the advent of ebooks, this can be reduced to weeks, or even days. Of course, authors have to pay for this service, which raises the issue of money.
Have all the information at your fingertips and get your copies of Start Your Own Indie Music Label, Everything You Need to Know, and Start Your Own Indie Publishing Company, Everything You Need to Know. Or really save and get discounted PDF copies. Just click on the link below.